Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian from Whisper Status 74. This is Xbox Game Pass. I've been using it for the last few months, and some of you have questions if it's worth it. And the reason I picked it up was to get the Gears 5 demo free, and then also to play Gears 5 on both PC and Xbox as part of their Play Anywhere feature. It is an interesting service, a lot like a lot of other streaming services. This isn't a streaming service, but services like this where you can download games, they're yours, you play them as you want. So instead of, buying games for $60+, you get them included with your subscription. It's limited to the content that's available. I think what's a little bit of a misconception with the Xbox Game Pass is that games that are on the Windows Store are available here, or games such as the recent Terminator, which is a Windows game on Steam, isn't even available on the Windows Store or in this package. So it's still very selected. The Game Pass for PC is still in beta, but I want to show you guys the plans, and then I'll show you both Game Passes for you to figure out if it's worth it for you. The reason why I want to do this now is that Halo Reach is launching December 3rd. If you have the Master Chief Collection, I believe it's included with that. The multiplayer, I believe, has to be purchased, but the campaign should be included. But what's good about this with the beta, with the beta and the console, is that it's included with Xbox Game Pass, which is an amazing value. Reach is going to look incredible in 4K. It's not really being big news considering how big, at least Halo used to be. Reach is something that I really want to play in 4K HDR. So quickly, Xbox Game Pass, it's a monthly, quarterly subscription. We're going to show you quickly the different packages that there are to play with. Let's see. Different plans that you have here. The one I have here is the Ultimate. Get 3 months for $1, then $44.99 quarterly. Access to over 100 high-quality games. That's debatable. Then you have, unlimited access to just the PC. And then you have the console one separately. You can do them together is what I have here. So, quarterly, it's a little bit expensive for considering I think Xbox Live itself is $60. But if you do play even a few of these titles that are $60-something, it also includes Xbox Live, which I already have. If you play a couple of these games that are $60+ and you enjoy a few of them, to me it's worth it. The games they offer aren't always worth it, in terms of which platform they're on. Games that are available that have been available for a while are on here, and a lot of times there's games that you really want to play or you think you want to play. You look at the reviews, you're like, that game is a reason why this game is on here. So these are the deals, best value. Get 3 months for $1, then $44. Quarterly. You can cancel, I believe, at any time. The problem is you can download the games on both your PC and your Xbox. They're yours to keep, but the minute you cancel this subscription, you cannot access them. They'll stay on your hard drive, but you cannot access them. So it isn't one of those things where you can download the game, cancel the subscription. But like Netflix, games do leave. What I don't love is they're saying, leaving soon. What you can do, though, is in the Abzu, which is the game I love, I did a video on that, was on PC, the section for PC beta, then it left, but I downloaded it on PC, and it's mine. I can always access it even though it's leaving the service. I still have it even though it's gone. It's still available on the console. So I'll show you quickly the selection that's on console. The menus aren't great. It's still pretty new, but I'll show you, and then you can decide if it's something that you're interested in. Now, this is Xbox Game Pass on the console. It's a little bit more fleshed out. One thing I said I liked before is games like Forza Horizon 4 are playable on both the PC and the console. Now, games like Forza, which also can be done multiplayer, it works well if you like to play multiplayer like I do on console, and then on PC play the cleaner, more beautiful, technically more advanced version. So something like Gears 5 is I have on both. I run it on my PC 4K and enjoy it, and then I can play it with my buddies on console. It's good to have both versions. It's good that you don't have to pay full price, even if you downloaded Gears 5. It's interesting, if you bought Gears 5 in the store, Player Anywhere feature is not available. You have to buy it online, which makes no sense. But that's the way it works, part of this feature. They do have a good amount of games here. You know, they have them broke down by genre. We're going to go all the way down to, so even these games here. Dishonored 2, really good game, been out for a long time. Gears 5, great game, pretty new. Resident Evil 4, super old. Tomb Raider, pretty old. Shadow. But these games are good quality games. The problem is, most of these I own on PC anyway. But for those of you that don't, some decent games to pick up. Now, these aren't all available on PC, so that's something to keep in mind. Most popular, you know, Minecraft. We're going to go just to all games just to get to the end of it. So there you have your leaving soon. We'll just show you that quickly. You know, these are not huge games, but, you know, these are games that are going to be leaving quickly, or very soon anyway. Now this falls into the show all. It's not all there is. That's the problem with this menu, is it'll break things down into games that you should have, or you can, and then there's others that you can't always see. So quickly you have some, you know, Minecraft, Rocket League. Then you have a lot of these obscure titles, you know, that are just little games. Rage 2 just got here. You know, have all the Halo games are part of it. Remnants is a good multiplayer, you know, type game. But a lot of these games here that you're like, oh, I haven't played that before. You look at the reviews and they aren't great, or they're pretty repetitive. But between a lot of these big titles, you're going to have a lot of random games. Not Fallout 4, obviously, but some smaller titles that really make up a lot of the filler for a lot of these games. Devil May Cry, big game. So almost think every other game. You know, nope. You know, that's not a 4K version of it. That's actually just a 360. Metro Exodus. And the thing is, the games like this, that one is on both PC and console for now. You know, Doom, great game. Dead Rising 4. You know, but so while a lot of these games have big names, games like Dead Rising 4 were not great, even though they're a popular name. And you have a lot of these games here. So a lot of in-between filler games. And this is under the most popular tab. Games that are recently added. You know, if you're going to have Darksiders, I'd like to see Darksiders 1 and 2. It might be in here buried. We'll have to look for it. But they do add games here and there. There are a good amount of titles. Just you have to decide for yourself if it's worth that money. If it wasn't for Gears 5, having the demo, even having the channel, chances are I wouldn't have it. I'd rather just buy the game. Okay, here's the all category. 100 titles ready to play. You know, games like Absolver, Metal Slug, these are fun to play. These are Neo Geo titles, Alien Isolation. Again, like a lot of these services, these are a lot of games many of you already played. All the Batman titles are here. This is just the Xbox, by the way. Blazing Chrome, Contra, kind of an older Contra game. One of the games I have downloaded. Bloodstain, that Castlevania, from the creator of Castlevania. Some 360 titles. But, like, you know, Darksiders 3, I'd love to see the first two. Dead Cells, great game. A lot of these are also bargain games you can get for very cheap, but it's also mixed in with Devil May Cry. But just going through some of the games. Now, I'm not sure if this is available in your dashboard or you have to actually have the service. All the Gears titles are available. You know, Gears Judgment, one that a lot of people missed. It's worth playing on here. You know, Gears Ultimate was awesome. Go back and play that. A lot of these Guacamole games, side scrollers, all the Halo games are available. Just for Reach alone, this might be worth it. So if you have Halo Master Chief, which I already have myself, I believe it will update, and on PC you can actually pre-download it. A lot of these smaller games are here, and a lot of 360 titles that they kind of, again, filler here. You know, like the Marvel vs. Capcom, this was the worst game in the series. That's the one they have. I like to see them have them all. But like games like Phantom Pain, the Metro games, the Redux, Shadow of Mordor. So there is quite a few games here. Like to see the newer Mortal Kombat instead of the older one. But there is quite a bit here as far as AAA titles. Like this is a great game, Panzer Dragon Orta, which is actually Xbox One X upgraded, is on here. Have that. Games like Quantum Break. And what's good about this too, guys, is some of these games that were in the middle that maybe you didn't know if you wanted to try, such as Prey or Quantum Break, you download them, give them a shot. If you don't love them, get rid of them. Same with Rage 2. I'm trying that one. It's okay. I wouldn't pay $60 for it, but having it part of the service, if you want to knock out the campaign, that's where the service to me is worth it. And some games you maybe wouldn't have given a look to, download them, see how they are. Resident Evil Revelations. I would just love to see these all transfer over to the PC, because a lot of these games I'd rather play on PC. If you have a, like Rise, Son of Rome, awesome on PC, gorgeous on PC. Sea of Thieves has been updated quite a bit from when it launched. So my favorite part of it is games you maybe weren't going to give a look to. What's the harm in downloading them and saying, yeah, I'll give it a shot. If not, just take them right off your hard drive. Oh, Tecmo Ball, throwback. What is that? So quite a few games here. Is there a lot must play? That's debatable, but you can go through them and see what you think. Games like Vampire that weren't well received, you might like. So it kind of gives you that option to say, it didn't do well, but let's see. Games like this, I love these walking simulator type games. The Wolfenstein games are here. I don't see Bad Blood here yet, but not a bad selection. And then here they break it down by genre. Quests, female, jump, they just break it down. Action titles, leaving soon, and you can go through here with each. Though, like I said, even one of these topics doesn't really show all the games that were available. It does more here, but on the PC it's really lacking, which I'll show you now. Now on PC, it is very buggy, does not look anything like the Xbox, clearly not as fleshed out. Even when you're pulling down to check the games, you actually don't even get to the bottom of it before you run down, to the end where you can pull down on it. So we'll go show all, and it's not nearly, takes a second to come up, it's not nearly as fleshed out as the Xbox version. And there's only a fraction of the games that are here. Now, I understand that, these games, are harder to run, but even as I'm, kind of tabbing down, I'm at the end of it, and I'm already kind of running out of places to drag down, which is ridiculous. So we'll actually start from the bottom and go up. You can totally see that, a huge difference in what's available for PC. But again, PC is in beta. But even these last few titles here, nothing that I would really jump in and play. Decent little cute games, but typically things that you look up on reviews and realize they didn't do very well. And some of these are a little obscure. You have your Gears. These are worth it alone in just seeing the PC version versus the console version. Now, be mindful, though, the PC version of Gears of War 4 does not have HDR. At least it didn't. Gears 5 looks and runs well, though I've had issues with Gears 5 recently, actually. But definitely a big difference in what's available here. So as far as would it be worth it on PC alone, I would say no. There's not anywhere near as many games. I'm already at the top of it. These are the games that I have downloaded. I have Rage, that Abzu game I was telling you about. Metro was downloaded. There just isn't that many in comparison to PC. I would say that, for Xbox alone, you might find it worth it, considering the PC is actually included with the Ultimate. I like having it. But a few of these titles, Forza's incredible. The thing is, do you have the time to play them all? I barely ever complete games, but I like the service for Xbox, and since I'm paying for the whole thing, I just look back and forth at what's here. The PC is a little bit, it's a little limited. It's very limited, as a matter of fact. It says 100 games. I don't see 100 games on here at all. Use your fearless, female. Takes a while to load up, you know. Hellblade, awesome game. But a lot of these, as you see me go past the first couple, are not very popular and not games I'd really, you know, bother with. The Play Anywhere feature is cool. You know, you download it on PC, you play it on both systems, though it does sign you out if you do switch back and forth. So in short, after 15 minutes, I like the service. Is it necessary? Nothing is actually necessary, but something like Gears series, Tomb Raider series. I mean, Stadia is charging a fortune for games that are super old, that are $60 each, and the service is expensive, where the service here is not too crazy, but you get so many games. If Stadia launched with all of this, it'd probably be more successful. But having this many games, all the Halos, all of the Gears of Wars, even though they're older, Hellblade, a lot of the newer titles, even some of the older ones that you never had a chance to look at, Wolfenstein, Doom, games like Crackdown that maybe you missed, they're like, I'll give it a shot. Shadow Warrior is very good. There's a lot to play here, especially on Xbox. As a PC only, I would say it's probably not worth it. Even though the PC one isn't that expensive, you can find so many deals on PC between Steam and even Windows, Origin, all the other ones, Epic Store. I'm not sure it's worth it for just PC, but for the Xbox, I like the service. I like that there's so many things that you can play. The question is, do you really have time to play them? What I do like is that if a game is leaving, you can download it. It is yours to play. Just keep in mind when you cancel your subscription, it'll stay on your hard drive, but you will never be able, or you won't be able to access it until you redo the subscription. What I would do is, if you do get this, there are games that you do like. If you have room, download them, don't play them, and if it leaves, you still have them. But there are a lot of little titles on here to play. The question is, do you have the time to play them? Something like Halo alone might be worth you guys doing the free or the $1 for the first 3 months. Download Halo, see how you like it, play it, and then just quit the service. But I like Xbox Game Pass. Again, not a necessity. Like a lot of these streaming services and these kinds of monthly services, it doesn't have everything that you think it would. That's the biggest drawback. You think anything that's on the Windows Store should be here. The new Terminator Resistance game that I bought is a Windows game. I got it on Steam. It's not available on Windows. It's not available here. I feel like if it's on Windows, it should be here. Something like the EA service. But again, the more services you download, the more money you spend, just like you do with streaming with Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, Disney+. I like the service. It's up to you if it's worth it. To me, there's a lot to play here, especially on Xbox. All right, guys, I showed you the deals in the beginning, how much it costs. You decide, you tell me, are you interested in this? Do you use the PlayStation version of this? Do you like these kinds of services? Games have gotten away from physical media years ago. I don't mind it because I'm not streaming it. I'm downloading it, so there's no compression, there's no issues. So for me, I'm okay with it. Going to the store, it's just easier to download them now, especially with Steam and all the PC games. But let me know what you think. Are you interested in it because you'll play games you didn't think about playing? Let me know in the comments. I am catching up on the last few videos. Thank you as always. I will talk to you soon. Take care.